Welcome to the Temple of Flame. And today, faithful acolytes, we take a look at this. And what this is from Jerky.com, it is their what they listed on Amazon was their hot jerky sampler. And what it is 1 ounce samples of the hot, the habanero, the ghost pepper, and the mighty Carolina Reaper. So I bought one of these, and there's not a reason to try to separate all this out. Nor do I like to try these. I'm not a big fan of jerky. I like these smaller sizes of things. That is good. That is things that I like. So I got this, and I was like, we're just gonna do one video, and we'll just probably whack through the whole thing. So we have crushed red chili pepper and habanero and pineapple. Interesting. So the crushed chili pepper could be anything. That probably is cayenne. Here we have habanero again. And what is the difference here? We have some different spices. Habanero pepper is a little bit higher in the ingredients. And Tabasco is also in this one, other than and ginger. So ginger and onion flavoring are what the main difference is, as well as Tabasco. That's the difference here with this one. This is the habanero. Ghost pepper. So we've got the same as habanero, only without the habanero. And instead we have ghost pepper. And that appears to be the main difference. Is honey in those other two also? I just noticed honey here. So honey is not in the hot, and honey is... Okay, so... Oh, no, honey is in habanero. It's just not in... Oh, that's interesting. Huh. So there's no honey in hot, but there is here. All right, anyway. And for the Mighty Reaper, identical to the Ghost, except that it is the Carolina Reaper pepper, which I am going to say is probably most likely going to be a powder. All right, so I'm going to assume that this is the order of heat: hot, habanero, ghost pepper, and the Mighty Reaper. And so let's see are they going to look different? I don't know. We're going to open them and find out, though. So this is the hot. Oh. Uh-oh. Look at this. Okay. Oh, yeah. So there's the hot habanero. Here you have. Oh, it's the same thing. Okay, so it's all. Oh, this one's nice and soft. This one actually looks better. It's a lot softer as well. I'm looking forward to that one. Here's the ghosty. I was going to put these all in a pile, and now I'm just kind of thinking that's not worthwhile, so maybe I won't. Maybe I will. Who knows? Never can tell with me. Let's see. So here's the ghosty. It looks like the habanero. So far, these two have been nice and soft, nice and tender. The hot, not so much. I'm a little... So that's fine. If that is actually the more difficult one, we'll just leave it to the end. That's fine. And here is... Open up. Okay. And we've got... Oh. So again, this one is very similar to the other two. So, all right, I think what we're going to do is I'm just going to whack them right down the line. And I'm just going to whip through all of it for your entertainment right here on the youtube.com. Let's start with the hot. Yes, Jerky.com is out of Oklahoma. Which makes sense. So far, it's not hot, but there is a lot of black pepper flavor here. Even though it's not as visible. All right, stay in your package, I'll get to you. This one's kind of tough. I don't know if I like this. It's not bad. I would definitely, had jerkies I prefer more though. This is overly dried out. So I'm gonna look at the dates here while I'm chawing on this. Interesting, the dates so far are all the same. Can't read that one. Can't really read that one either. So these two are the same. Habanero and the hot. All right. I'm getting just a barest tingling. So this is why I don't do most of the beef jerkies that call themselves just hot. And beef sticks that call themselves that. Because they're not. Not for me anyway. If they start adding adjectives like wild, not even wild, just AF, hot AF, or screaming hot, or screeching hot, or I just saw a band scene that was yelling at me hot, or, what have you. Them? Sure. Most of the time, those aren't hot either. I wonder if this is made in Oklahoma also. I mean, there wouldn't be a reason not to make it in Oklahoma. If that's where you're shipping it from. I think this is actually sliced too thin. Yeah, the habanero seems thicker. So does the Ghost. So does the Miami Reaper. That's not to say it wouldn't make any sense for them to do that, but maybe they did. This is the other part. Chew and chew and chew and chew. I mean, when they devised beef jerky as a stable product, so you wouldn't need to refrigerate it, and you could drag it across the country, which I think they probably, I'm not sure, but I would bet you dollars to donuts they appropriated some of this idea from the Native Americans. And why not if you're going to appropriate everything else, eh? But the Norse, Scandinavians have been drying out fish. Not just them, but other people as well, for a really long time. So They might not have. I don't know if I've heard of, I mean, certainly you've heard of chipped beef. I don't think that's new to here, but maybe it is. I'm not versed enough on the history of all this stuff to be commenting, but I would not be surprised if there was a tie. One beef jerky company, in fact, called themselves pemmican, which was definitely not a European dish. All right, so let me not get into that habanero. Let me take a little. Cleanse thy palate. Okay, so the hot beef jerky, again, like most of the so-called hot beef jerkies, is not particularly hot. I'm not going to give that even a default one. Let's get on to the habanero. All right, so this one's a lot fruitier. And I suspect it's because this one is soy sauce more forward, whereas this one is pineapple juice more forward, and then honey as well. There's Tabasco in this also. Not that that really means anything, but I guess it's a point to mention. Asian countries have been drying out cuttlefish and beef, and actually pork as well, for a really long time also. Anyway, point being, we have the technology. We don't need to do that anymore. We don't need to make it shoe leather. The texture is quite good on this. I'm not really getting any habanero flavor to this point. Not really getting any heat either. Maybe the habanero is there as part of the overall fruitiness, I guess. This one almost tastes like a bad teriyaki. Which I'm afraid these other two will taste like as well. It does have some heat coming on now. So far hot is a better flavor than habanero. Habanero is notably hotter though, and that actually has heat. I'm not giving it past the default one though. It's very, very minimal. I don't know. I need to do a palate cleanse actually, but I'm going to. These at this point are definitely more flavor than anything else. Okay, so all these. All right, let's go on. There's still a little bit of residual heat from the habanero, but that's fine. Ew. Oh. This one I would have thought it would have tasted better because I like ghosties better than I like habaneros, but this one doesn't have soy sauce, this one does. And this is not enjoyable. This is actually worse than the habanero. Well, we'll see what kind of heat we can get out of it. Oh, man. That is funky. Oh, oh man. That's not good. More heat though. So I'll give this a legit one. We are climbing the scale. Oh, that is nasty. I think it's because onion is reading more in that ghost pepper, which is a shame. That is vile. It's not like it's chunks of onion. It's obviously just the powder, but ugh. Oof, that was brutal. I really hope this Reaper is not like that. All right, so the ghost pepper will give a legit one. I'm going to wait a second here or two, because I really would like that heat to... There's enough heat I want to taper a little bit, so I can get a better read on the Mighty Mighty Reaper jerky here. Please don't be like that one. Please don't. Please. I'm asking you nicely. It is the same formulation, though. We'll see how fares the Mighty Mighty Reaper in that setting. The ghost pepper was... That's a shame, too. Ghost pepper, I think, is a really good tasting pepper. You know, particularly for being super hot. And, man, they... You know, look what they did to my boy. Okay. All right, we've got it tapered where it's about where the habanero was when I started ghost peppers. So let's dive into this. Man, please don't have that flavor. I don't understand how this can be so wildly inconsistent. The Reaper, I think, is what they were going for here. They just missed spectacularly. So this one is more soy. This one is more pineapple. This is definitely the Carolina Reaper so far is a combination of those two. This might be the best one yet. Interestingly, so far the Ghost has been the hottest one. That's curious. I actually can taste the honey in this one. That is super interesting. Hey, there's some of that heat. Let's see where we shake out at. It's not... It's not notably hotter than the Ghosties. I would say they're pretty even, actually. So, neck and maybe... This one's tapering really fast. Well, let's do some ranking here. We'll see if it builds a little bit while I'm chit-chatting. Okay. So... All right, in terms of flavor, the winner was the Reaper. Second was the Hot. Third was a habanero. Fourth was the ghost. So here is the rankings as far as, can I even do this? Here's the rankings with these two being the best ones, these two being the worst. So again, Carolina Reaper and Hot 1 and 2, and the Habanero and Ghost 3 and 4. All right. Now, as far as heat, surprising to me here. Yeah. Okay. So surprisingly, the hottest one was the Ghosty. Even with the remnants of the Ghosty still not being entirely gone, the Carolina Reaper is notably less hot than was the Ghost. Third was Habanero, and fourth was the Hot, but that really doesn't have any heat at all. Habanero was the default one. These two are both ones, with the Ghosty being a hotter one, I guess, if that makes any sense. It was over, to me, it was a little bit maybe past the one, but not, like, think of 1.1 versus 1.0, like that, right? Just not a great amount, but this one actually lingered longer as well. This was the worst tasting, though, by a lot. So, they almost all have, you know what's interesting? So this Hot has 73 calories. These are all the same. The, what's this one? The Habanero has 89 calories. The Reaper has 80. This one has 89. Such a weird disparity there. Like, why would that is just odd to me. They're all 1 ounce. So 1 ounce, 28 grams. This is wacky. So there must be higher fat in one of these. And that's all 1 gram fat. So, okay, so that leaves us 27 grams of either carbs or protein, which are all 4 kcal per gram. How do we get different numbers? All right, so 27 times 4 is what? 108, right. So we have 108, plus we have a gram of fat, which is 9. So it should all be, yeah, 117. This is really weird. The carbs are all, actually this one's listed a little bit higher. So this one is 8, this one's 9, this one's 8, this one's 4. And they're all listed as 12 grams, no, sorry. They're all listed as 12 grams of protein except for the Reaper, which is 9. What are these labels? For all that, look, I'm a food explorer. I am a food adventurer. I love sampler packs. Yes, I paid way more than I should have for these little 4 1 ounce bags, unquestionably. But I like this. I like it where you could try just a bunch of different stuff, and then if I happen to have liked any of these well enough to buy more, then I could just do that. The only one I would actually consider buying more of is this, the Reaper. I think Reaper actually lends itself extremely well to beef jerky. Maybe better than any other super hot, actually. So the Reaper I would buy again. It's not really all that hot, but I did enjoy the flavor of it. The Hot, flavor-wise, was just okay. It reminded me a lot of the pepper jerkies. This one, like I said, Habanero was like a bad teriyaki, and this one I never want to have near my mouth ever again for any reason. So, but I do appreciate that this is an option. It's not a great option. It's certainly not a cheap option compared to what you get, but I appreciate that Jerky.com has done this. So, yeah, good on them. It was a lot of fun to go through. Texture-wise, The super hots were, well, the Habanero and the super hots were fine. This one was really, really tough and chewy though, the hot, unfortunately. So, yeah, very interesting. I've never had anything from Jerky.com before, and this was this was a lot of fun. I enjoyed doing this. I hope I know there's some other jerky companies I've been looking at. I hope that they all do that, because this is the way. This is the way for sure. Make a sampler pack, and if it's got hot enough stuff in it, I'll make a video. But we're going to leave it here. That was the Jerky.com hot jerky sampler. Now go forward in peace to serve the flame.